Hello students, so a new chapter of science has to be discussed today. The name of the chapter is light. So before going on to light, I want to discuss some topics that you should know, that certain basic things that what is light all about. So the first thing, you must know what is the definition of light. Next, what is a ray? What is a beam? What are the types of beam? What is an object? What is an image? What are the types of image? Okay, then only we will move on to the next topic. So these are the topics that has to be discussed. So what is a light? Light is the form of energy. Of course, it is an energy. Light is a form of energy that creates a sensation of sight in our eyes. বাংলায় বললে লাইট ऊर्जार এমন একটা রূপ যে আমাদের চোখে দেখার শক্তি প্রদান করে। लाइट ऊर्जा का एक ऐसा रूप है जो हमको देखने में सहायता करता है। ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज रे? द पाथ और द सिंगल पाथ ऑफ द थ्रू विच द लाइट ट्रेवल्स, द सिंगल पाथ थ्रू विच द लाइट ट्रेवल्स. So we all know that light always travels in a straight line. That property is known as rectilinear propagation of light. So a light travels in a straight line like this. So a single path or a single path, a single way through which the light is traveling is known as ray. While a collection of many rays, अगर बहुत सारा ray एक साथ ले ले, the collection of many rays is known as a beam. Now the beam are of two types: convergent beam and divergent beam. What is convergent? Convergent मतलब many different beams come and join at a single position. And what is divergent beam? Divergent means many different beams, they scatter around or they move apart as they go forward like this. Divergent beam, all the rays will come and meet at a point. This is called convergent. And what is divergent? They will come and go to different directions. This is called divergent. These are the convergent beam and divergent beam. Now, what is an object and what is an image? The real substance or the body that we take for consideration, the real substance or the body that we are taking into consideration is known as object, and the view of the object over a mirror or over a lens is known as an image. The object when seen through a mirror or seen through a lens, whatever we are able to see, that thing is known as an image. Now, the image formed are of two types: real image and virtual image. What is real image? If the rays are converging, they will meet at a place. So the place where the actual rays meet, creates a real image. The real image are always inverted, ulta dikhta hai, and they are always formed on screen. So what are the three properties of a real image? The real image are formed from convergent ray and they really meet at a point. Real image are always inverted and real images are always formed on screen. Second part, virtual image. What is a virtual image? Virtual image are formed of divergent rays. Virtual images are formed of divergent rays. They are divergent, hence they will never meet each other, but they can be produced backwards. So that it seems ऐसा लगे कि पीछे कहीं मीट हो रहा है ना? So what is a virtual image? Virtual image is a type of image where the rays actually do not meet. They are extended beyond so that they may meet somewhere. So that kind of image is known as a virtual image. virtual images are always erect, and virtual image, as they are never meeting, as the rays are never meeting, virtual images are never formed on screen. Real images are formed on screen, virtual images are never formed on screen. So the distance or the length of the virtual image can never be calculated. Okay, so this is the main difference between a real image and a virtual image. So these are the certain terms that we should know before going to start our live chapter. Okay, now the main topics. Now, what is reflection? Reflection means the bouncing back of light while striking a surface. The rays of the light or the light rays, when they come, okay, they may be a single ray or a bundle of rays or a beam of rays, that doesn't matter. But when the light rays come and they strike a surface, they do not get absorbed on the surface. They go on the surface and they strike back. They bounce back. Now, this bouncing back may be in a parallel manner, or the bouncing back may be in a haphazard manner. Means like this. These are the parallel beam of rays. Okay. Suppose these parallel beams of ray are falling on a plane surface. Then what will happen? They will bounce back in the parallel manner itself. Okay, this kind of reflection is known as regular reflection. Regular reflection. And if the rays are falling on a broken surface, then what will happen? They will scatter around. Like this. They all scatter around. This kind of reflection is known as irregular or diffuse reflection. So this is how these are the two types of reflection. One is the regular reflection and another one is diffuse reflection. The reflection that we see in our daily lives, the way that we are seeing each other, that is caused by irregular or diffuse reflection. Why? Because the light from the source of light, that may be the sun, that may be the bulbs, that may be the tube light, anything. The light from the source of light comes and strikes an object body. As there many lights are coming, all the lights are not being received by the viewer. Only few amount of light is seen by the viewer. So he or she is able to see the object. But in case of regular reflection, all the light from the source is reflected back to the viewer. So the viewer will see the glare of the source of light. The viewer will not be able to see the object. So in our day-to-day life, we are able to see objects only because of irregular or diffuse reflection. And in case of mirrors, I am repeating, in case of mirrors, we are able to see by the help of regular reflection. Okay, so before going on to mirror, I just want to recap. Do you remember what are the laws of reflection? There were two laws of reflection, na? What were those? Number one, angle of incidence equals to angle of reflection. And number two, incident ray, normal and reflected ray all lie in same plane. So these were the two laws. What was the first one? That angle of incidence is always equals to the angle of reflection. Angle I equals to angle R. And the second one is the incident ray, normal and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. Means they all belong to the same point. Means that like this. If this is the surface, the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal, they will all lie at the same point. The normal cannot be above. If I draw a diagram like this is not possible, because the incident ray, normal and reflected ray, they all must belong to the same point. They cannot be from two different points. So these were the two laws of reflection. Now you may be wondering that sir told angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. So what, this can be easily seen here that the angles are same. If I draw normals here, I can easily say that these two angles are equal. But what about this one? Here the angles are not equal, means this law is wrong. Nah, this law is correct. Why? Because the surface is not correct. One of the surface is like this, so normal will be like this. If the surface is like this, the normal will be like this. If the surface is like this, the normal will be like this. So if a ray falls here, it will go like this. If a ray falls here, it will go like this. If a ray falls here, it will go like this. So different surfaces, normal means perpendicular to the surface. So depending on the direction of the surface, the normals will be also different. And if the normals are different, then the reflected angles will also be different. Correct. So my both type of reflections do obey these two laws of reflection. Sahi hai? Now mirrors. You have to learn about mirrors. Can you tell me how many types of mirror do you know? बोले सर भाई जो आईना देखते हैं तो mirror है ना? Nah, there are two kinds of mirrors. What are those? They are the plane mirror and spherical mirrors. Plane mirror means the mirror that we use in our day-to-day life, जो चेहरा देखने के लिए use करते हैं. Spherical, plane mirror. And spherical mirror are वो curved like this. These are the spherical mirrors. And this is the plane mirror. Now my question is, sir ये तो बात का टॉपिक है. We shall study about this in the details few time later. Now what is the plane mirror? Plane mirror is made by a piece of glass. Plane mirror is made by a piece of glass that has a reflecting surface on its back. That reflecting surface was generally silver. That was generally silver. But being silver is, because silver is very shiny and reflective. But silver is costly. So what the people do? They put mercury behind that. And to protect the mercury cover, we are painting the backside of the mirror with a thick coat of paint. Red color, black color, blue color, the deep color paint which becomes opaque. Means it does not allow the light to come from behind. So how is a mirror made or a plane mirror made? A mirror or a plane mirror is made by taking a plain sheet of glass. By taking a plain sheet of glass and then putting a reflecting medium on the back of the glass. So this is called a plane mirror. Now, what are the properties of image formed by a plane mirror? Properties of image formed by a plane mirror means जब हम प्लेन मिरर में अपने आप को देखते हैं तो वी आर द ऑब्जेक्ट, बिकॉज वी आर द रियल थिंग्स, वी आर द रियल बॉडीज, दैट इज टेकन इनटू कंसीडरेशन. और हम अपने आप को मिरर में देखते हैं, दैट इज द इमेज ऑफ आवर ऑब्जेक्ट. मींस आई एम द ऑब्जेक्ट एंड व्हाट आई एम सीइंग इन द मिरर, दैट इज माय इमेज. सो हम जो अपने आप को आईना में देखे वो क्या है? वो एक इमेज है. तो उसका कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज होगा, उसका कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होगा. दैट थिंग्स वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस नाउ. ओके, so the first property I told you now that the images are of two types, real image and virtual image. Real images are always inverted while virtual images are always erect, मतलब सीधा दिखता है. So when you see yourself in a plane mirror, what do you see yourself? You see yourself inverted or you see yourself upright? We see ourselves upright, सीधा दिखता है हम लोग को. So that means we are seeing a virtual image. So the first property, it is a virtual image. Okay. Second property, it is the same size of object. means it does not increases the size, neither it decreases the size of the image. The image size and the object size is same. Third, so it is a virtual image, therefore it is erect. Same distance from mirror as that of object. Now what does this mean? If this is a plane mirror and you are placing an object here, the distance between the object and the plane mirror will be equal to the distance between the object, the distance between the image and the plane mirror. The distance between the image and the plane mirror will be equals to the distance between the object and the plane mirror. And the final property, image is laterally inverted. Sir, what is lateral inversion? Lateral inversion means the images are upright, but the sides of the images are exchanged. Means if you are using the right hand side of your object, you will be seeing that the image is using the left hand side. You might have noticed sometimes that sometimes if your mummy is cooking something using the right hand, she is making something with the right hand. If you are seeing that in the image, you will be seeing that in the image, the image of your mummy is doing the thing with the left hand. Means the sides of the images and objects are exchanged. The right side becomes the left side, the left side becomes the right side. That's why to cope up with this, you must have noticed that the ambulance have are written in the reverse way in the front of the actual ambulance or the vehicles. In the vehicles they are writing ambulance, but not in the straight way. They are doing ulta likhte hain, because the sides will get exchanged. When we are seeing in the mirror, I will see the ambulance as straightforward. But if they have written the straight, I would have read it in opposite way. So that's why the ambulance is written in the opposite direction, so that in the mirror I can see it in the proper manner. That property is known as lateral inversion, and the images are thus laterally inverted. These are the properties or characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. Now, if I have to explain this property, I have to give you two cases to show how the images are formed from a plane mirror. Now, let me explain it. Diagram of reflection of a point object on plane mirror. So I am taking two examples. One is the small object, and once I am taking the large object. Both of these images will be formed in a plane mirror. How? Let us see. This is a plane mirror, okay? Before going on to the reflection or any ray diagram, let me be very, very clear to you with the one thing, that the objects are always placed on the left hand side. Never place an object on the right hand side. The object or the real body that you are taking into consideration, that must be always placed on the left hand side. So I am also placing the small object on the left hand side, and I am placing the large object also on the left hand side. So these are my two objects. One is a small object, one is a large extended object. So how the images are formed? Now take two oblique rays like this. Okay, so two rays are being extended. So I will draw a normal here, I will draw a normal here. What I will get? I will get that the image is being reflected, the rays are being reflected down. Before making the reflected ray, you just do one thing. You will take the scale, and you will measure the distance from the object to the mirror, and the same distance you will place a object dot over here, and you will try to create the image here. How? By extending it like this. Okay, so this will be extended like this. So this is how my images are being created. This is the way the image of a plane mirror is being created of a small object. So now a large object. How can I draw that image of a large object? The same process of the small object I will do with this one also. I will take the reference point at this one and as this one. I will draw two oblique rays from here like this and like this. Here also two oblique rays like this and like this. Okay, so two rays I have drawn. Then next topic, I will draw the normal. This is the normal, the perpendicular lines. Again what you will do? You will take the ruler with you and you will try to mark the 2 points of reference. You will take this point. So I have got my references. I will draw a virtual image. Okay, I have drawn my virtual image. Now what I will do? I will try to join this with the dotted line. Okay, then I shall extend my rays, straight rays. Okay, so this is the image formation of a large object through a plane mirror. This is the image formation of a small object through the plane mirror. Correct? In the examination, if they're going to ask you, you have to do this like that. I know this is a bit of tricky. This should not be done. But to get the correct image, I have to take the position of the image first before drawing the rays. Correct? So this is the end of my plane mirrors. Plane mirrors are the mirrors which always produce a virtual image. You can see both the time they are creating a virtual image. They are the same size of the object. The object size and the image size are both same. The same distance from the mirror. That's why I took the same distance from the mirror. And finally, the images are laterally inverted. You can see here the pointed end and the broader end are placed in a such a way that my right hand is getting the pointed end and the left hand is getting the broader end. But in the image, my left hand is getting the pointed end and the right hand is getting the pointed end. So my sides are interchanged. Correct? So this is how my image formation of plane mirror takes place. Now I have to go for spherical mirrors. Means a round, solid object. This is a sphere. Spherical mirror. What I have to do? I will take the skin out of it. Sir, what is the skin out of it? Have you seen an orange? Orange is slightly spherical. It is not perfectly spherical, but it is an orange. If I peel out the skin out of it, what I will get? I will get some bowl-like substance. I will get a bowl-like substance like this one. I will get the bowl like something like this. So I am getting a bowl like substance like this. So this bowl means a katora, bati, jeta amra boli. The bowl like substance I am getting. If I am taking just the skin out of that spherical glass ball, I am taking the skin out of it. So this skin has to be used as a mirror. Now what I told, how to prepare a mirror, that I will take a glass piece and I will put a reflecting surface over it. I will put a reflecting surface over it. So I have got a spherical bowl like object. If I put reflecting surface on the outer side, what I will be getting? I will be getting a like this thing. This is called a concave mirror. Okay, but similarly, the same bowl, if I am placing or if I am silvering the inner surface, what I will get? I will get a convex mirror. I am getting a concave mirror and a convex mirror. Why a concave? Cave means what? Cave means gufa, where that tigers and lions live. We have studied a den. We have studied in the where in the nursery KG that tigers live in a cave, in a den. So this is a hole type, एक गत्तो गड्ढा जैसा होता है. So this is a gadha type of things because the reflecting surface is on the outer side. Sorry, the silver surface is on the outer side and the reflection takes from inside. The reflection takes from inside. That side is cave or concave. Whether on this side, the silver is put on the inner side and the reflection takes from the outer side. The reflection takes from the outer side. Hence it is known as convex mirror. This concave mirror is converging in nature. And this convex mirror is diverging in nature. So what is the meaning of converging and diverging? I told you earlier that converging का मतलब होता है it will connect all the points to a, it will connect all the rays to a single point. And what is diverging? Diverging means it will scatter away all the light. So this mirror scatters away the light and this mirror points all the light to a single point. Correct? So this is the basic difference between our two spherical mirrors, that one is the concave mirror and one is the convex mirror. Sahi hai? Now, before going on to the image formation and the ray diagrams and numericals and vagara, you must know what are the parts of a spherical mirror. The first part, center of curvature. The second part, radius of curvature. Third part, pole of a mirror. Fourth part, principal axis. Finally, principal focus. Principal focus. And then we have focal length. Okay. So these are some of the parts of a mirror. What are those? Pothomei, center of curvature. What is the center of curvature? Center of curvature is the center of the sphere from which the mirror is made. So this mirror is made from this sphere. So this center is known as the center of curvature. So whenever I will draw a mirror, Suppose this is a mirror, okay? This is a mirror. If I complete this arc, if I try to complete this arc, it will be like this. A sphere. So I will get a center of the sphere. So this center of the sphere is known as the center of curvature. Similarly, what is radius of curvature? If this is a sphere, this is a circular object, means that it will have a radius. So the radius of the sphere from which the mirror is made is known as the radius of curvature. The center of the sphere from which the mirror is made is center of curvature. The radius of the sphere, the center of the sphere from which the mirror is made is known as center of curvature. The radius of the sphere from which the mirror is made is known as the radius of curvature. ठीक है? Next, what do you mean by pole of a mirror? So, the geometrical center of any mirror, the geometrical center of any mirror is known as the pole of a mirror. The geometrical center or the midpoint of a mirror is known as the pole of a mirror. Then what is principal axis? Sir, principal axis, this is the pole and this is the center of curvature. So what is principal axis? Principal axis is an imaginary line. Principal axis is an imaginary line that connects center of curvature to the pole. Principal axis is an imaginary line that connects center of curvature to the pole of the mirror. Then what is this principal focus all about? The rays after reflection. Rays after reflection through a spherical mirror either converge or appear to diverge. Means they will either come and meet at a point or they will appear to be diverging at a point on the principal axis. That means they will come and meet at a point in case of concave lens, because that is converging, so it will meet at a point. So the rays after reflection from a spherical mirror, from a spherical mirror will either come and meet at a point or they will appear to diverge from a point on the principal axis. This point on principal axis is known as principal focus. And what is focal length? The distance between the pole and the principal focus. The distance between the pole and the principal focus is known as the focal length. Now, this is my mirror and I extend, this is my sphere, okay? This is the center of curvature and this is the pole. This is the pole and this is the center of curvature. The imaginary line joining the center of curvature with the pole is known as principal axis, and the point on the principal axis where all the rays meet is known as the principal focus or simply the focus. So what I told, the distance between the focus and the pole is known as focal length, and the distance between the center of curvature to the pole is known as the radius. So therefore focal length is always half of radius, because the radius has a twice the length as compared to the focal length. So whenever I will draw a mirror, and I have to point the parts, I will make sure the central part is called the pole. At a fixed distance I will take an F, and the distance between the pole and the F must be equal to the distance between F and C, because these two are equal. Why? Because the distance between focus and pole is the focal length and distance in the center and pole is the radius. Focal length is half of the radius, means both the distances are same. So these are the basic parts of a spherical mirror, and this must be clearly kept in mind to go on with our ray diagrams. The problem, the part in which maximum you are getting problem. So I am going to start the rules for image formation in spherical mirrors. The first rule says that whenever parallel beam of rays come, whenever parallel beam of rays means a parallel light is coming towards a mirror, after reflection it will pass through F. Whenever a parallel beam of light is coming, after reflection it will pass through F. It will come down because it's converging, it comes down. But in this case, whenever a parallel beam of rays come, it diverges, it goes up in a virtual manner, but still it is pointed towards the F. So what is the first rule? Whenever a parallel beam of rays light come, parallel rays, the parallel light will pass through F. It will converge in case of concave lens, it will diverge in case of convex lens. But both the cases, it will either converge to F or it will appear to diverge from F. Just think an opposite situation of this. If a ray comes from F, then after reflection, it will become parallel to the principal axis. In this case, if a ray comes towards F, it will become parallel to the principal axis. In case of this one, if a ray passes through C, If a ray passes through C or the center of curvature, the ray will fall back or come back in the same path. The ray will return back in the same path. Similarly, in this case, if a ray comes towards C, it will go back in the same path. And finally, if a ray falls on the pole, it will follow as if the spherical mirror is a plane mirror. That is, angle of incidence will be equals to angle of reflection. If a ray falls on the pole, it will behave as if it is a plane mirror, and this principal axis will be the normal, so that angle of incidence will be equals to angle of reflection. That will be same in this case also. The angle of incidence equals to angle of reflection. Okay, so these are the 4 rules, and these 4 rules are very, very necessary for doing the ray diagrams. Okay, there are total 6 ray diagrams for concave, and there are almost 2 or 3 for convex, because in convex all the properties of the image formed is same. So I have to use these 4 rules and have to draw the image diagram for a concave mirror. Let us see how. Concave mirror, number 1. Object at infinity. The object is at infinity, very far point. So how I will get the image of it? I will draw the pole, I will draw the focus, and the distance of this from the scale must be measured and placed C. The same way the distance at the back side also focus and C. Okay, the distance are equal. Now I have to draw a object. So where is the object? I don't know where is my object, because the object is very far behind in the infinity. I don't know कहाँ पे है object मेरा. So I will take some random rays from an infinite source. What will happen? It will pass through F. One again one random ray. What will happen? It will again pass through F. So I am getting that these 2 rays are meeting at a point F. I have told you now earlier that whenever 2 real rays meet, that is called a image. Actually, that is called a real image. So I am getting a real image at point F. So what will be the properties of this? I am getting a real image, therefore inverted, because real images are always inverted. Now, what is the size of the image? The image is just a point, very small, a chota sa, very small object can be obtained. So the image is very diminished or small. And where is the image formed? कहाँ पे बना है? The image is formed at F. The image is formed at F or at focus. So these are my 3 properties of the image formed by an object which was placed at infinity. Now the second case, the object behind C. The object is placed behind my center of curvature. This is the pole, this is the focus, and the same distance must be taken to calculate this C. This is the pole, this is the focus, same distance of this is C. Okay, correct है. Now I will place an object behind C. Just behind C I am placing an object. I told you now, the object must be placed on the left hand side of the mirror or the lens. So you will place the object on the left hand side, LHS. Now I will take a ray. I will follow the first rule and I will take a parallel ray. So what happens? If a ray is parallel, it will pass through F. So after reflection, I will pass it through F. सही है? What is the second rule? The ray, if pass through F, the ray if pass through F, what will happen? It will become parallel to the principal axis. So where are the the rays meeting? They are meeting here. Why I have made an inverted arrow? उल्टा क्यों बना दिया? Because actual rays are meeting. When actual rays are meeting, it is a real image, and real image is always inverted. That's why I have made an inverted arrow. Now from this diagram, what you can conclude? That from the diagram I can conclude that is a real and therefore inverted image. What can you say about the size of the image? So you can easily see that this image is slightly smaller than the object. So the size of the image is small. And where is the image formed? The image is formed between C and F. The image is at between C and F. So this is how I can draw the ray diagram of the objects that are given to me. सही है? Now 4 more. There are 6 diagrams for this. I have only drawn 2. 4 are remaining. Object at C. This is the pole, this is the focus, and this is the curvature. This is the pole, focus, and the center of curvature. So where I have placed the object? I have placed my object at C. Okay, so this is the setup. Now what is the first rule? The first rule says that any ray that is parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus like this. Okay, now what is the second rule? The second rule says that any ray that is passing through focus, any ray that is passing through focus will become straight. So where are they meeting? At this point. है ना? So I have got a point over here. So the object is also at C and the image is also at C. So what are their properties? It is again a real image, and real image therefore an inverted image. What is the size? Sir, both are the same size. They are neither large neither big. So the same size. And where is the image formed? Image is formed at C again. So this is the case when the object is at C, the image is also at C. The distance and the sizes are same. Next one. Object between C and F. This is my pole, focus, center of curvature, focus, center of curvature. Okay, so where is my object? Object is in between C and F. So what I am going to do? I am going to draw a diagram for it. The rays which are parallel will travel through F. My first property, I have to extend it, so it will not accommodate. Now, what is the second rule? The second rule is that rays which are passing through F will travel straight. So where is the image intersecting each other? It is intersecting just after C. Correct? समझे? The rays which are parallel passes through F, and the rays which are passing through F becomes parallel. So where they are meeting at a point which is beyond C. So what are the properties of this? This is also a real image. The image real and therefore it is inverted. है ना? So what is the position? The position is beyond C, and we can clearly see that the image is larger than the object, means the image is magnified. The image is magnified and the image is beyond or behind C. So this is the position and the size. Correct? So I have two more, means actually I am applying these rules. एंड सर बोलेंगे सर खाली दो रूल से तो बाकी रूल्स पढ़ के क्या फायदा? अरे लगेगा, अभी तक तो ये दो रूल लग रहा है, अभी देखिए अभी थर्ड रूल का भी लगेगा. अभी शुरू करते हैं, अभी थर्ड रूल भी लगेगा. ऑब्जेक्ट एट एफ, ऑब्जेक्ट एट फोकस. Mind it, we are all doing the exercise of concave mirror. We may have to do the exercise. Now we will do the diagrams of convex mirror. Now only concave mirror. Okay. So where is my object? My object is at F. Okay. So I am starting. I will start doing the diagram. The first law: whenever a ray is parallel, it will pass through F. सही है. What is the second rule? The second rule says that the ray passing through F will become parallel. But the problem is that my object is itself at F. How the ray can pass through F then? It is not possible. इसीलिए बोले तब ये second law use नहीं होगा. तब कौन सा law use करेंगे? Third law. What is the third law? That the rays passing through C will come back in the same path. Means like this. Yes, the rays passing through C will come back in the same path. Okay, this diagram I will repeat it. That the rays that are passing through C, if the ray is passing through C, it will have this common path. There will be no reflection or incident from it. I am getting a straight ray. So what will happen? I can say these two rays are not meeting, but as the rays are converging, see they are converging. कभी ना कभी कहीं ना कहीं तो फ्यूचर में जाके ये मीट जरूर करेगा. Somewhere in the future, in the डिस्टेंट ऑब्जेक्ट कहीं पे जाके तो ये मीट जरूर करेगा, बट आई डोंट नो वेयर, लेकिन मीट करेगा बिकॉज द रेज आर कन्वर्जिंग, सटने वाला है कहीं ना कहीं तो ये मीट जरूर करेगा. हाँ, सो व्हाट आई विल राइट द प्रॉपर्टीज, आई विल राइट द प्रॉपर्टीज दैट यस इट विल बी रियल एंड इनवर्टेड. कहां पे बनेगा सर पता नहीं, कहीं दूर पे इन्फिनिटी पे आके बनेगा. यस, तो इमेज विल बी फॉर्म्ड एट इन्फिनिटी. और इमेज का साइज क्या होगा, सपोज द इमेज द रेज आर कमिंग एंड मीटिंग एट दिस पॉइंट, सो द ऑब्जेक्ट वाज ऑफ दिस साइज एंड द इमेज इज ऑफ दिस मच साइज. द इमेज इज हाईली मैग्निफाइड. सो इमेज इज हाईली मैग्निफाइड. Correct. So these are the properties of the object of the image when the object is placed at F. Now the last one of this concave mirror. Object between P and F. P means pole and F means focus. So the diagram is ready and I will place an object between focus and pole. I have placed an object between focus and pole. So what will be the first rule? The first rule is that I will pass a ray parallel to the principal axis. The ray which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through F like this. Correct? What is the second rule? The second rule is that I have to pass the ray through F, but sir I have exceeded the point of F. If any rays comes from the object and falls on F, it will go on this side. It will not get reflected. So my second rule does not place here. So I will again go for the third rule. What is the third rule? That the rays that are bent towards C will come back in the same path like this. So you can see here that in this case the rays were convergent, सट रहा था, कहीं दूर में जो जरूर सटता, लेकिन in this case the rays are divergent, जितना दूर जाएगा उतना फैल जाएगा, means they will never meet on this side. So क्या होगा, if the rays are not meeting on the real side, I will extend them in the virtual side, means I will extend the rays like this. यहां पे जाके मीट किया. सो हियर इज माय इमेज. तो अब बोले सर अब इमेज को आपने सीधा क्यों बनाया, उल्टा क्यों नहीं? बिकॉज इट इज अ वर्चुअल इमेज एंड वर्चुअल इमेजेस आर ऑलवेज इरेक्ट. ठीक है. सो व्हाट आर माय प्रॉपर्टीज? इट इज वर्चुअल, देयरफॉर इरेक्ट. What is the second property? Sir, the image is enlarged. भले वर्चुअल है लेकिन इमेज बड़ा हुआ है. The image is magnified or enlarged. And what is the third property? Sir, what is the position? What I told that the virtual image can never be obtained on screen. वो कभी पता नहीं चलेगा कि कहाँ पे वो फॉर्म किया, वो तो मिरर के अंदर फॉर्म कर रहा है. We don't have that magical power that I can go inside the mirror. मिरर के अंदर हम नहीं रहते, मिरर के बाहर अगर फॉर्म करता like this तो हम यहाँ मिरर यहाँ पे स्क्रीन रखते to get the image, पर इसका तो कभी इमेज फॉर्म करेगा ही नहीं. So the position of the image cannot be told. I will just write that the image will form inside the mirror. The image will form inside the mirror. Correct? So these are the ray diagram that are related to concave mirror. Now I will use the same rules and I will try to figure out the images that will be formed from convex mirror. Okay, 3. Object at infinity, object at C, and finally object at F. In all the 3, I will get the same properties. So my positions are ready. So first object infinity, I don't know from where the ray is coming. So I will take two random rays. I will take two random rays like this. The first ray and the second ray, very far from the infinity. So what was the rule? That the rays that are coming parallel will pass through F. But as it is a convex mirror, they will not converge. They will diverge. Means the rays will become like this. The rays will go in the upward direction, but it will be focused towards the principal focus like this. Correct? So my ray diagram is correct. So what are the properties of it? The properties are, it is virtual, and it is virtual, therefore it will be erect. The image is very small. A point object is obtained. And third, what is the position? That is a virtual image. So position cannot be said. I will say that image behind mirror or image inside mirror. Image behind mirror. I cannot say which position exactly because I cannot enter inside the mirror. Okay. So this is the first one. Second one is that object at C. What I will do? The first rule, parallel. What it will do? It will be diverging from F. Okay? Then directly come to third rule. Because I cannot draw the rays that are going to F. What I will do? I will do the third rule. What is the third rule? That is rays that are pointed towards C will come back in the same path. So where are the rays meeting? Here are the rays meeting. So what are the properties? Again a virtual image, because the dotted image is not the actual image. Virtual image, virtual therefore erect. The image is definitely smaller than the object and the image is behind the mirror. I cannot say the exact position of it. And then at F, same diagram. I will draw a parallel ray which will pass through, which will diverge through F. Then I will draw a ray that is focused towards the center of curvature. So where are they meeting? Again the same diagram and the same properties. So in case of convex mirror, you don't have to remember different properties because they are always the same. But in case of concave mirror, there are 6 different cases and there will be 6 different images along with their properties. Correct? Now, the last topic of reflection, that is mirror formula and sign convention. Mirror formula and sign convention. Mirror formula. Basically 2 formulas there. First, 1 by F, F is focal length, equals to 1 by V plus 1 by U. Now what is this VU? I will tell you. Second formula. What is the second formula? M is equals to minus V by U, that is equals to HI by HO. Now what are these H वगैरह वगैरह? The F, M, V, U, HI and HO. What is F? F is the focal length. सही है? M, M is known as magnification. Third, V, V means image distance. V is image distance. U is object distance. HI means eye, image, height of image. HO, object, height of object. These are the two formula of mirror formula. There is one more thing that you should know before going on, that is sign convention. That is, you have to put certain signs. I told you in the beginning that always put the objects on the left hand side. This is the first thing. I am repeating again and again. Always put the objects on the left hand side. Now, what is sign convention? According to sign convention, what I know, if I take a coordinate axis, that coordinate geometry, coordinate axis, I am getting the 4 quadrants. This is the plus x, this is the plus y, this is the minus x, and this is the minus y. Which means any distance from the origin towards this side is considered as positive. Similarly, any distance from the origin towards the upper side is considered positive. Any distance from the origin on the left hand side is considered as negative, and any distance from the origin on the lower side is considered as negative. Correct? The same rule or the same process I will apply in case of mirror also. Suppose this is my concave mirror and this is my principal axis. What I told, to place the object on the left hand side. So this is my object. So here, so I will take this distance of the object as negative because it is on the left hand side from the origin. This will be the origin. These are the two axes. Okay. If I will take a distance on this side, that will be positive. The object is on the upper side. The object is on the upper side. So if I will take the distance here, the distance on upper side is positive. And if the object I will take, if the distance I will take on the lower side, that will be negative. This rule has to be applied for calculating this kind of sums. Okay, I am giving you an example how to do this kind of sums. So, are you able to read the question? My question is, an object of height 5 centimeter is kept at a distance of 15 centimeter of a concave mirror of radius of curvature 20 centimeter. Find the size, nature and position of the image. How to do it? Before doing this kind of numericals, the first thing that you should do, that you should draw a diagram first. What will be a diagram? I am drawing a concave mirror because we have given a concave mirror. This is the pole, this is the focus, this is the center of curvature, this is the focus, this is the center of curvature. Okay? Now, what are the values from given? The given that radius of curvature, radius is 20. But from the formula, I don't need the radius, I need the focal length. So you know now that the focal length is half of radius. So that will be 20 by 2. So my focal length is 10 centimeter. Correct? Now, I have just missed one thing, that in case of concave lens, in case of concave mirror, the rays are converging on the focus on the left hand side. While in case of, see like this is a concave, while this is a convex. So the rays that are coming, they are meeting at focus on this side, they are converging to a point on the focus. So they are using the focus here, while the convex mirror, they are diverging the rays. So they are using the focus on, they are using the focus on the right hand side, they are using the focus on the left hand side. Now, by seeing the diagram, what you can say, that in case of concave, the left hand focus is used, and left hand distance is always negative. And for the convex, there the right hand focus is used, and the right hand distance is always positive. So in case of concave mirror, the focus will always be negative. In case of convex mirror, the focus will always be positive. So being a concave mirror, my focus comes as negative, means my focus is minus 10 centimeter. Clear? Now what is given? Height is 5 centimeter, height of object. I will write height of object as 5 centimeter. So where should I place the object? Always on the left hand side. So the object is placed on the left hand side. The height is 5 centimeter. Now tell me, the height is above the principal axis. So any distance that I take above the principal axis is taken as positive. So the height is positive. Correct? Height माने एटा height नहीं, this is the distance. Height माने एटा, height कितना ऊंचा है, तो ऊंचा मतलब ऊपर जा रहे हैं. तो अगर हम प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के ऊपर जाते हैं तो डिस्टेंस पॉजिटिव होता है ना. तो इधर भी हमने हाइट ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट को लिया है 5 यानी कि पॉजिटिव. नेक्स्ट क्या लेना है? u. u क्या होता है? u इज द ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस. अब डिस्टेंस की बारी आ गई. दिस इज द डिस्टेंस. ये कितना दिया हुआ? 15 सेंटीमीटर. इधर ये कहां ले रहे हैं? ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. सो माई ऑब्जेक्ट विल बी minus 15 centimeter. So I have got 3 values out of here. I will use these 3 values in calculating the other 2. Those are कौन कौन हमको निकालना है? हमको height of image निकालना है और position of the image निकालना है. Height of image और position of the image. सही है? चलो खोजते हैं. So what is the formula? What I will apply? I will apply this formula first. That is 1 by f equals to 1 by v plus 1 by u. चलो अप्लाई करना शुरू करते हैं. What is 1 by f? 1 by f will be 1 by minus 10 equals to what is v? 1 by, I have to calculate 1 by v plus 1 by minus 15. On solving I am getting 1 by v equals to minus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15. What I will get on solving this? 30, and here will be minus 1. So therefore my V is coming minus 30 centimeter. And what about the second one? This one, M. What will be M? Minus V by U. So I am just erasing M because magnification is not asked. Minus M V by U equals to height of image by height of object. Put the values minus V. So what is the value of V? Minus 30. So it will be minus of minus 30 by U. What is U? U is minus 15 equals to HI. I have to calculate height of image. What will be height of object? Height of object is given plus 5. So therefore when you calculate, you will be getting therefore height of image equals to minus 10 centimeter. You are getting minus 10. Okay. So now tell me, the height is minus 10. Height means the height. Minus means we have taken the lower side. Height is minus 10. Minus का मतलब क्या होता है? Minus मतलब वो नीचे तरफ है. So my image is formed on the lower side. उल्टा हुआ है like this. Means I am getting a real image. Why sir? Because ulta image is always a real image. So this is my position, this is my height, and therefore real image. This is my nature of the image. So three things were asked. I was asked the size. The size is minus 10 centimeter. I was asked the nature. Nature is real image. And I was asked the position. Position is 30 centimeters. So minus मतलब on the left hand side. अगर positive होता, so I would have taken on the right hand side. Means the distance of this one is 30 centimeters on the left hand side. So this is how my numericals have to be done depending on these two things, the mirror formula and the sign convention. Always remember, in case of concave is always negative and convex is always positive. The focus of concave is always negative, the focus of convex is positive. And before doing such kind of questions, you have to draw the diagram first, then you will write the sign conventions, give the sign of them, and then you can apply the formula. Okay, so this is the end of your reflection. Thank you.